President Biden's approval rating is getting worse by the minute, and his embarrassing behavior is now being mocked. Couldn't make this up. It's being mocked on TV in places like Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we have this relationship with Saudi Arabia, which is a joke to begin with. It's the most horrendous administration. They're just a cabal of psychopaths there in Saudi Arabia. But we have that relationship anyway. But Biden now has gotten to the point, it's almost become such a laughable situation. They actually are doing TV segments of Biden, and it ain't a very pretty picture.
Right. It's, I guess kind of their Saturday Night Live version of it. They played this clip of him falling asleep halfway through, Kamala having to wake him up and talking nonsensical, not really forming even complete sentences. And
well, they took off on, there was a couple of weeks ago at the White House, he's giving a speech. And he starts off in the speech, he says, I want to talk about America, and I want to use one word to talk about America. And then he goes off in a trance talking about his trip in the Himalayas. I mean, here, let's take a look at it. I couldn't make this up.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I guess we traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
So what's your take?
I don't even really know how to respond to that clip because it really does make no sense. And let's be clear, if Trump had done something when Trump did do things like that.
Trump did stuff like that all the time.
We would do segments on it and all of that. So fair is fair. You got to call this out because, again, that is not normal behavior. That is not okay. We've got a man who can't follow his own train of thought. Something is clearly not clicking here. This isn't necessarily a ha-ha, look at the crazy old man. This is guys, we got to understand there's something wrong here.
Yeah, we got a national security issue. There's a movie, I love this movie. It was called Being There. And the idea of it was, it's Peter Sellers' movie, and he's this character, Chauncey Gardner. Now, the family dies, that he's the gardener in the family. The media comes in, and he's the guy out the garden working. He's got some mental problems. He's got some serious mental problems. But all of a sudden, everything he says, the media embraces and says, "This is absolutely brilliant, Chauncey Gardner. I don't care what it is. It could be as absurd as you want to make up." And Chauncey Gardner sounded brilliant. I wonder whether they're going to start doing that with this guy, because that's the only way to make it look like everything's okay. Because I got to tell you something, that clip we just watched, I could go through dozens and dozens of them on this show, and it freaks me out just a little bit.
Well, I think right now people are starting to pay attention to it. About a week or so ago, we get the reports about Dianne Feinstein.
Oh my God!
That she multiple times in a conversation with somebody she's known for years, that person has to reintroduce themselves to her. Because in the middle of a conversation, she forgets who they are.
Well, she'll start talking about her family. She'll start talking about something completely unrelated.
The weather.
The weather.
Where are you from?
That's what we're seeing. I mean, God bless him. He's been at it a long time. He's paid his dues. He's too old for this job. And he's already seriously talking about running again in 2024. The other shot the Saudis took was on Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty ugly shot that they did with her. I mean, she looks like a total buffoon, too. So you got to wonder.
This administration should look at that and say, look, why are we giving them hundreds of millions of dollars in weapons that they turn around use to commit genocide in Yemen? And this is how they treat us. They're not our friends.
No, we're pleading with them to
lower gas prices.
Increase oil production. Nah,
they're laughing at us.
They're laughing at us like we are just captive, and we are.